take a couple of days off making videos, you have no idea what you're doing, especially when you didn't know what you were doing in the first place. Brief break from not knowing what you're doing when you didn't know what you were doing in the first place, and you do not know what you're doing. Greetings, programs. Hanker and Fairnail here with another episode of Drunken and Dragons. How to play D&D better than you used to, like a big grown-ass man or woman. Welcome back, guys. Hope your turkey day was good. I ate a bird and other foods associated with eating the bird. But now, enough of that. It's time to talk about Rolling Boxes Part 4. Is it Part 4? From the makers of such classics as Rolling Boxes 2.0, and Rolling Boxes 3.0, The Game Changer.
DM's Rolling Box.
Guys, this is my new DM's Rolling Box. It's just a rectangle, you say, hankering. Oh, but hold your tongue and wait for more. Is it really simpler, or is it just more functional? Here, I'll give you the round. So it still matches all of my terrain, meaning it's made out of wood, styrene, and painted using sponge painting and dry brushing. So when you have it at the table next to all your stuff, it still fits right in. Now, the clever things about the box is that they're made really for two key functions at the table when you're the DM. One is table space. My God, I don't know about you guys, but there's constantly piles of crap all over my D&D table. There's like 10 bowls of Cheetos of varying flavors. Then there's like a pot roast, like 20 Cokes, several empty beer cans, and then like someone has the Kraken out, not the deep sea creature, but the rum of the same name. And then a few people have rolling boxes, people have their sheets and their players' handbooks, and then of course we have the main playboard in the middle, and dear Lord, it's like a medieval feast. It's like when the Skeksis are eating dinner and all those little feathered things are running around for dessert. That's not cool. So I made the DM's Rolling Box to save table space. That was my first priority. My second priority was I wanted to be able to better control player visibility of my stuff. So if, well, here's a spider right here. Let's say that you're got a spider encounter in mind, but your players have no idea what's coming. For all they know, it's going to be, you know, more halfling hobos to kill all night long. But you've got something special in mind, and you want to have the minis on hand, but it's not always easy to have your minis on hand and be able to reveal them in the way that's going to surprise your players like you want. So sometimes they're just like sitting around. Everybody's like, so I guess we're going to fight a bunch of halflings. That's dumb. Don't do that. So another thing I had is I had a little piece of furniture with a drawer in it, or a little cabinet down here. And then I would like reach in there and grab them. It's okay. At least it keeps them hidden, especially for something big like a dragon or something. But it's still a little corny. It's just a little corny to be like, this, boom, soldering wire. You know, it's not that exciting. This is where the drawer came in. Also, I have way more dice usually at my disposal than I really want to be working with at any given time. So as a DM, I don't know about you guys, but my most common set of dice, I tend to have 2 20s, 2 6s, and a 4. I don't know why. And then, you know, you're going to get some monster damage, which is going to use 8s and 12s and other cool things like that. But generally, a D6, a 4, and a 20 really even are just, that's my core set right there. It's get a lot of mileage out of those 3 dice. But I usually want a lot more dice than that on hand for tracking hit points on monsters, for rolling monster damage, because, you know, Lord knows monsters have to use every dice in the book for their damage. So I'll always want tons of dice on hand. I want a place to hide my minis. I want to save lots of table space, and I want to kind of have a little secret area where I can kind of work without anybody seeing, because you guys know I don't use a screen. I'm a big believer that the screen breaks the unity of the table. But the cold truth of the matter is that sometimes DMing you do need a little bit of hiddenness so that you can get the good surprises that you want. So what are all the features that make it work? Let me get these magnetic spiders out of here. That is a different video. We're not going to talk about magnetic spiders right now. So the box comes in 2 pieces, and the way the pieces work, it's all about dimensions and fitting. So there's a wooden frame under the styrene topper. And inside that wooden frame, I have this drawer right here. So that drawer goes right in there like that. No problem. Now, you can set the box on your books, which you guys probably are a little low to see it, but... So here's your standard books, right? So the box exactly matches the size of your D&D books. So it makes one big brick. If you have it stacked on your books, you can still use the drawer just the same. Or you can not use books and just set it on the table, like, yeah, which you can't quite see because the camera's dumb. But it will function just the same. The reason is, oh snap, the actual box has no bottom. So that lets me take my drawer, which you guys recognize this drawer. This is just a pine felt lined rolling box, and then I just scroll sawed some nice little handles, and it'll hold my various things. Like I use my room DC paddles, or a little piece of wood, extra dice, some 2D minis for, you know, these are like, this is the ghost of Elise, which is our priest's undead sister. And then you got some spiders in here. Usually we'll keep like one of my little inspiration banners and throw that in there. And so you can store a bunch of junk in this little drawer, but you don't have it cluttering up your table, and your players can't see it. So there you go. So see, it just goes right in there like that. Whoop, pull it out, get your stuff, whoop, put it back in, and it's out of sight, out of mind until you need your pesky D12. Got that right here. Rolling it up, and you're good to go. You're rolling your friggin' werewolf damage or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so that's the drawer. That's fun. And then the box itself has a couple of dandies to it too. So the bottom of this thing is wood, this piece. And then the top is all styrene with pieces cut to fit. Now I got a little excited doing beveling on my design. So I beveled my design a little much. So I'm getting a few cattywampus rolls. I'm getting like 2 out of 10 cattywampus. And that's a little more cattywampus than I'm accustomed to. I would say 1 out of 10 is a good cattywampus rate. Well, that lets me take my drawer, which you guys recognize this drawer. This is just a pine felt lined rolling box, and then I just scroll sawed some nice little handles, and it'll hold my various things. Like I use my room DC paddles, or a little piece of wood, extra dice, some 2D minis for, you know, these are like, this is the ghost of Elise, which is our priest's undead sister. And then you got some spiders in here. Usually we'll keep like one of my little inspiration banners and throw that in there. And so you can store a bunch of junk in this little drawer, but you don't have it cluttering up your table, and your players can't see it. So there you go. So see, it just goes right in there like that. Whoop, pull it out, get your stuff, whoop, put it back in, and it's out of sight, out of mind until you need your pesky D12. Got that right here. Rolling it up, and you're good to go. You're rolling your friggin' werewolf damage or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so that's the drawer. That's fun. And then the box itself has a couple of dandies to it too. So the bottom of this thing is wood, this piece. And then the top is all styrene with pieces cut to fit. Now I got a little excited doing beveling on my design. So I beveled my design a little much. So I'm getting a few cattywampus rolls. I'm getting like 2 out of 10 cattywampus. And that's a little more cattywampus than I'm accustomed to. I would say 1 out of 10 is a good cattywampus rate. So I would recommend doing a slightly tighter design on your surface, like some of my other boxes, to avoid cattywampus. Now, if you're really grumpy about cattywampus, just get one of these. This is a 2-inch D20, and these things are never cattywampus. Also, using styrene rolling boxes will keep such a huge dice from making like a big racket and being kind of disturbing and scary. So using styrene lets you roll these really big dice, and if you're awesome, which you are because you're here with me playing D&D all the time, then you want a big old like jewel-like dice. So go buy one of these. They're like $4 or something. It's no big deal. Okay, now what else is going on inside this thing? If you look underneath here, you're probably like, Hankrin, what is going on in there? So the bottom of the box is actually a small framework of popsicle sticks, which will hold stacks of 3x5 cards. So if you guys are like I am, you usually have monsters, loot, encounter notes, whatever, and you have them on 3x5 cards. This way, if you see it just says Umber Hulk. And I got my little Umber Hulk card there, if you can see that. And then you can just pull it out and see the stats and everything. You put it back in. Now, the more you have, the better this works. This will hold probably 40 3x5 cards. This is like a little over the top. But you know, if you want to do spells, if you want to do custom monsters, if you have little mini maps that you've drawn, like all kinds of, you know how DMing is. You have all kinds of crap laying around. Map of the world or something. There you have it, folks. That is the Dungeon Master's box. Now, the way you want to make this work to really save space is that the upper dimension, the rolling area, also matches the dimensions of your journal. So, you know me, my method is to do all my DM construction inside a journal like this. And this will be another video as I'm about ready to reveal everything inside my blue journal now, my second one for this campaign. But again, saving storage space. Man, look, that fits right in there. And then if you need to stack this on top, you can. And everything's the same dimension. Another great trick here is that the top of my rolling box is pretty much perfectly level. So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'll just be running a monster like right out of the book like this. Like, whoa, we got a hobgoblin captain on our hands. Man, is he boring, but he does have a cat nose. Like, that's about all they could think of. Oh, and he's wearing samurai armor because, ooh, everybody loves samurai armor. Let's move on. Okay, we got a hook horror. There we go. So I'm running my hook horror right out of my book. And even stacked on top of my DM's guide, like that, I get a good solid book surface that's perfectly level that will hold my book. Then I'm done with that monster. I can put it away. And I got no harm done to my table space. So, ding! As ladies and gentlemen, Hankrin Fernail, Drunkens and Dragons, DM's Rolling Box. Make one, get happy, and kill your characters with unseen traps. No, don't do that. That's a jerk thing, unless they're paladins. If it's like a whole party of paladins, you just be like, I'm gonna roll this 1d6 here. Oh, it's a cattywampus 6, bitches. 6 of you are dead. Trap. Kills 1d6 paladins. All other classes are immune. It's called the Paladin of Pain. The Painadin. What do I have against paladins? A few people are wondering. I am the law. What would you not have against paladins? They're ridiculous. They're always so self-assured and they're all Keanu Reeves on your ass. They're all, whoa, you know, it's just like, nah, dude, no thanks. Go be a cleric and just wear armor. That's called a cool paladin. But no, I want to have all the coolest gear and heal myself and do god things. And I'll be lawful good, so everyone will hate me. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Strength, honor, rolling boxes, and don't over bevel your design so you'll get some cattywampus rolls like me. It's kind of cool, though. It can add to suspense. And everybody loves suspense. Ah!